everyone, and welcome back to Glow with K-Beauty. I'm your host, Jody, and the podcast where we dive deep into Korean beauty secrets, expert skincare tips, and the habits that help you glow from within. In today's episode, we're uncovering something that Korean dermatologists have been emphasizing for years, and it's not about products. It's about your habits. That's right, even if you're using the best serums, toners, or face masks, your everyday routines might be quietly damaging your skin. Experts in Korea say that the key to beautiful, healthy skin isn't found in a bottle. It starts with changing the things you do without thinking. Washing your face with hot water, rubbing your skin too hard with a towel, touching your face constantly, or sleeping without proper cleansing, these common behaviors can break down your skin barrier over time. So in this episode, we'll explore the top habits that may be ruining your skin, according to trusted Korean dermatologists, and most importantly, how to stop them. Ready to reset your routine and start glowing the K-Beauty way? Let's get started. This is Glow with K-Beauty. Subscriptions, likes, and notification settings are small acts of kindness that give strength and courage to the hosts of the podcast. Stay tuned!
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're really digging into skincare and hygiene, looking at your sources to maybe bust some myths.
That's right.
We want to cut through that conventional wisdom, and get ready, because some of what we found might really challenge habits you've had for years. We're asking, what should you stop doing?
And that's such a key point. It's not just a don't do this list. We need to understand why certain things we do might actually be, hurting our skin.
Okay.
And the insights today, they come from a really respected expert, someone with tons of practical, hands-on experience. This could definitely shift how you think about skin health.
All right, let's jump right in. First, big topic. Exfoliation. We hear it all the time, right? Exfoliate for smooth skin, better makeup application.
Oh, constantly.
Have you ever felt that? It's like your foundation just won't blend properly unless you've had a good scrub beforehand.
It's such a common idea, but honestly, it's one of the biggest misconceptions out there. That top layer, the keratin layer.
Yeah.
People call it dead skin.
Yeah, dead cells.
Yeah, but it's not dead waste to be scrubbed off. Think of it like roof tiles on your house.
Roof tiles. Okay.
Each one protects what's underneath. Now, if you have a cracked tile, is it better to just rip it off entirely and leave a hole?
No, probably not. You'd still have some protection with the broken tile.
Exactly. Removing that keratin layer completely just exposes the vulnerable skin beneath. It's your barrier.
That's a really helpful way to think about it. But, okay, what about when your skin looks flaky or it's peeling? That feels like something you need to get rid of.
I understand why people feel that way, but that flakiness, it isn't your skin just being, dirty or old. It's usually a symptom.
A symptom of what?
Often an underlying issue, maybe something like seborrheic dermatitis, which is quite common. It causes inflammation, redness, flaking. So when you scrub that flaky skin off, you're actually triggering a problem. Your skin panics, basically. It senses the damage and rushes to produce new keratin. But instead of the normal, strong keratin that takes about 28 days to form properly, it throws together this weak, defective keratin in just a week.
Only a week? Wow.
Yeah, it's like trying to build a wall with badly made bricks. It crumbles easily, so you end up with more flaking, more irritation. It's a vicious cycle you're creating.
Okay, but hang on. What about that immediate soft feeling right after you exfoliate? It feels so smooth. We're told that's good skin.
It feels soft because you've stripped away the protective layer. You're literally touching the younger, living skin cells underneath. Think about areas that are naturally soft, like your lips or your eyelids. They have very thin keratin layers. So that post-exfoliation softness, it's the feeling of unprotected, vulnerable skin.
Vulnerable.
Let me give you another analogy. If you get a cut, it forms a scab, right? Would you pick that scab off before the wound is healed?
No, definitely not. It would just make it worse, maybe scar.
Precisely. Constantly scrubbing off your keratin layer is like picking a scab over and over. You're damaging the skin, interfering with healing, making it thinner over time. And that keratin does more than just protect from, say, bumps and scrapes. It locks in moisture, preventing water loss. It can even help deter things like mosquito bites.
Really? Mosquito bite?
Yeah. Children tend to get bitten more, partly because their skin is thinner and has less keratin. It's a fascinating aspect of its protective function.
So bringing this all together, what's the final word on exfoliation in our daily routine?
Look, the keratin layer is something to be protected, not removed, unequivocally.
Protected, not removed. Got it.
Now, could you exfoliate very occasionally, like maybe once a month for a huge event, without causing total disaster? Perhaps. But is it ideal? No.
So the best approach is?
The best approach. Avoid it altogether. Let your skin do its natural shedding process. Don't interfere.
Okay, that really does flip the script on exfoliation. And it makes me think about another habit, the daily shower scrub. Especially, the intense Korean demiri tradition. Why are we so obsessed with scrubbing?
It's a huge factor in skin problems, honestly. In my own practice, especially after October when the air gets drier, maybe 15–20% of patients have issues directly linked to scrubbing. Even in summer, it's around 10%.
That's a lot.
It is. And this scrubbing culture, particularly the demiri, it has really interesting historical roots. I'm 63, so I remember, well, things are different.
How so?
Bathroom hygiene back then. It evolved. We used pumpkin leaves at one point, then newspaper, then this rough gray recycled toilet paper, eventually white pulp paper, and now bidets.
Wow.
And bathing at home, not common. You went to a public bathhouse. That was the main way to get properly clean.
Trip to the bathhouse.
Exactly. And because it wasn't an everyday thing, when people went, they really, really went for it. They'd soak for ages, then scrub like crazy, often for a long time, trying to get every last bit of dirt off, make the trip worthwhile,
Get their money's worth, maybe?
Sort of, yeah. And that habit, born out of a time when bathing was less frequent, got passed down. Parents who grew up in tougher times taught their kids. It reminds me a bit of how my grandmother was about saving things, reusing everything. Habits from leaner times stick.
That makes so much sense, connecting it to history.
So the typical process was soak for a long time to soften the skin, then take one of those Italian towels, which, interestingly, Italian doctors often say they have nothing to do with.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and scrub aggressively until you see rolls of gray or white stuff coming off. People think it's just dead skin, but you're stripping away vital protective lipids and layers.
Leading to dryness.
Dryness, irritation, compromised barrier function. Think about it this way. If you scrubbed your eyeglasses with a rough bath towel, what would happen?
They'd get scratched up.
Right. Your skin is way less durable than glass. That scrubbing causes countless micro-scratches, serious damage over time.
So if vigorous scrubbing is out, what's the ideal approach to showering daily? How long should we even be in there?
Keep it short, really short. 5 minutes is great. If you need to wash your hair, okay, maybe stretch it to 10 minutes max.
5 to 10 minutes. And soap.
Water does a surprisingly good job on its own, especially for sweat, which is water-soluble. Soap is mainly needed just for the oilier parts of the body.
It's just fascinating, isn't it? Thinking that maybe these intense cleaning habits aren't based on what our skin needs now, but on what life was like generations ago.
It really makes you question things.
Okay, let's talk specific spots. Elbows and heels. Lots of people see darkening or thickening there and think it's dirt buildup, so they scrub or file. What's really going on? Is that you? Do you worry about those areas?
Yeah, common concerns. Thickened elbows, often it's just friction from posture, constantly leaning on them.
Like at a desk.
Exactly. And thickened heels. Well, it can be related to hormonal changes like menopause or just aging. But you know what's really common, especially in younger people?
Right.
Athlete's foot. Fungus.
Fungus on the heels causing thickening.
Absolutely. And this is crucial. Don't use those home foot files or grinders if it might be fungus. You're just aerosolizing the spores and spreading them around your bathroom, your home.
Oh, wow. Okay, good warning.
Yeah.
So no aggressive filing. What can people do for thickened skin on elbows or heels safely?
There's a really good safe solution, urea cream.
Urea cream, how does that work?
Urea is great because it softens that thickened keratin layer. It makes it more pliable, allowing it to shed naturally over time, much more gently.
Ah, so it helps the natural process.
Exactly. And for really tough cases, it can have a mild exfoliating effect too, but it's much more controlled and skin-friendly than physical scrubbing or filing.
Is that something you can easily find, like over the counter?
Yeah.
And other different strengths?
Oh yes, very widely available over the counter. You'll usually see it in concentrations from 10% up to maybe 40%.
Oh.
For general softening on elbows or feet, 10 or 20% is often perfectly fine. The higher strengths are usually for more severe conditions, sometimes recommended by a doctor.
Good to know. And shifting back to just general washing, cleansers, moisturizers, the market is just overwhelming, isn't it? Everything promises amazing results.
It really is. And honestly, A lot of it is just marketing. You absolutely do not need super expensive, heavily advertised cleansers for everyday use.
No.
No. Basic cleansers are usually perfectly adequate. Take something like, say, Dove soap. It's a simple bar soap, inexpensive, but it actually has good moisturizing properties built in.
Right.
It cleanses away oil effectively without stripping the skin quite as much as some harsher soaps might. It does the job.
What about that tight feeling some people get after washing their face? Does that mean the cleanser's too harsh, or?
Not necessarily. That tight feeling primarily just means the sebum, your skin's natural oil, has been washed away.
Okay.
Interestingly, people with naturally oily skin, shea skin, often feel this tightness most intensely. But they misinterpret it. They think, oh, my skin feels tight, I must have dry skin.
Ah, so they treat it as dry skin.
Exactly. And then they might use really heavy, rich creams that are totally wrong for their actual skin type, potentially leading to breakouts or other issues.
That's a common mistake, I bet.
Very common. Now, here's a piece of advice for body washing that might surprise you. It relates back to what I said about soap.
Okay, I'm right.
You really only need to use soap on the areas where your oil glands are most active.
Which are?
Generally think neck down to the upper chest, your underarms, groin area, maybe your back if you're prone to oiliness there.
So, not the whole body.
Not necessarily. No, your arms, your legs, most of your body is covered by clothes most of the day. Sweat is water-soluble. Plain water rinses it away just fine.
So water for arms and legs.
For many people, yes, vigorously soaping up every square inch of your body every single day, it's often unnecessary and again can strip away natural oils and disrupt your skin's balance.
That is truly a different way of thinking for most of us, I imagine. We're just programmed. Shower equals soap everywhere.
It's that scrubbing clean idea again.
So the big takeaway here seems to be less is more. Less interference, fewer products, maybe even less soap. It sounds like true skincare is about trusting our skin's own intelligence.
You've got it.
Which could mean simplifying routines, saving some money, and ultimately protecting our skin better by just letting it be.
Letting it do what it's naturally designed to do.
Okay, let's quickly recap the core message from this deep dive. Your skin. It's tough, it's resilient, and often the best thing you can do for it is less. Less messing with its natural protective layers, less interfering with its own processes. That's the path to healthier skin.
That's absolutely the essence of it. Real skincare isn't found in the most expensive bottle or the most complicated 10-step routine.
Right.
It's about respecting your body's incredible natural design. And remember, these insights, they're rooted in scientific understanding and years of seeing what actually works for skin, not in marketing campaigns trying to sell you the next miracle product.
What really struck me is that idea you shared about our habits maybe being echoes of the past, like historical necessity, times of scarcity, shaping how we scrub ourselves today.
It's a powerful thought.
It makes me wonder if our bodies somehow remember the poverty or the conditions of our ancestors, leading us to do things now that aren't helpful, like overscrubbing. What else are we doing? What other seemingly harmless daily routines might actually be rooted in outdated cultural habits, not real benefit?
That's a fantastic question to leave our listeners with. Think about it as you go through your day, your week.
Okay.
Where else in your life might you be over-scribbing? Metaphorically speaking, of course. Where might you be over-treating a situation, pushing too hard when maybe? Just maybe stepping back and allowing natural processes to unfold might be the healthier, more effective approach. Something to consider.
A really provocative thought to end on. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you'll take these insights and perhaps see your skin and maybe even some habits in a new light.